Hey everybody and welcome. Today we're going to do a little exercise or a warm-up, and this is for all levels. If you're a beginner, you know how to hold the sticks, you know how to strike the drum, perhaps you're working on your rolls, this is perfect. If you're advanced, this is a nice little warm-up you can do, and I'm doing this on the pad to start, and then I'm going to just switch to the drums to show you how you can add a little more complication to it. So we're dealing with just rolls, a double stroke roll and a multiple bounce stroke, or a buzz roll. And I'm going to use the term buzz roll for the multiple stroke. So double stroke, buzz, and we're alternating. You're going to work on, of course, your rolls, and then your control and technique, of course, and just consistency and everything else you work on when you're dealing with drumming. So it's simple in its idea. We're alternating doubles and buzz in one bar phrases. So we'll start with all 4 counts doing a double, and then we'll do 4 counts doing a buzz. So in other words, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we'll do buzz. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Then we'll do 2 counts of the double and 2 counts of the buzz. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then down to 1 count of each. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, and then we'll go back up to all 4. Now buzz roll, if you're a beginner, you might have done the, find the fulcrum, find a balance point, and let the stick bounce loosely. All right, all right. That's kind of the lead-in to doing a buzz, but you're not just letting it bounce like that. You're putting a little pressure on the stick, all right, to get that multiple bounce. All right, you're not just letting it flop. You're coming down with a little bit of pressure, getting it, all right, and then you want to get it even with your right and your left. All right, so let's do the exercise that slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, and then you repeat. You go down. That was the whole cycle. 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, and so forth. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And so on and so forth. All right, so there you go. You can go as fast as you want, especially when you get down. Your control really comes into play when you get down to the all right. That's where you're really going from the doubles to the buzz that quickly. Okay, so we're on the drums, and we're going to add the bass and the hi-hat. Right, for beginners, for early intermediate people, Make sure you get your hands first, all right? Get your hands down, make sure you don't lose your control, because once you start adding bass and hi-hat, now you're going to be thinking about what they're doing, and you might lose a little of the consistency in your hands or a little of the technique. You don't want to do that. But you want to start adding bass and hi-hat as soon as possible to get all four limbs working together, okay? So if you are new, fairly new, just keep it simple. Just alternate bass, hi-hat. Okay, I just did a quick cycle of that, didn't do it to full, but that's how simple you can keep it, and that way you can still concentrate on everything, especially going slower, to make sure each one is tight with each other. And then as you go faster, then work up your speed. I'm going to do just paradiddles real quick, just a quick to show you. And you can do whatever you want. If you're advanced, if you're more advanced, I don't need to tell you what to do. You can add whatever bass, hi-hat complications you want, all right, while you're doing your hands. Just make sure you're coherent together, cohesive, cohesive, all limbs working together, not losing control, not losing your technique, etc. All right? So I'll do paradiddles, right, left, left. Okay? All right, and then you build up your speed to where you can actually make it sound like you're actually doing a buzz roll. Well, that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and please subscribe if you want, whatever. And go drum, have some fun, all right? I'll see you next time.